For the young men of the Wodaabe, the Yake dance is a magical beauty parade. The Wodaabe say their lives are shaped by joy and hardship. They're among the last true nomads on Earth. We live like birds in the bush, they say. Gorjo Birima and his family are Wodaabe, following their herds across some of the harshest landscapes in Africa, south of the Sahara in the drought-ravaged Sahel. Gorjo's father, Barbarima, is 85, and this is how it's always been for Wodaabe like him, an endless migration in search of pasture. For Gorjo and the Wodaabe, this is an especially difficult time. It's the height of the dry season, when the bush is parched after months without rain and grass is hard to find. Gorjo is only too familiar with the penalties of drought. 20 years ago, his family had more than 300 cows. Today, he has just 6 of his own cattle. But this isn't a sad story. It's about survival and celebration, and about how Wodaabe, like Gorjo, insist on preserving their way of life.
To gaynaka to wala duniya wala minon bo min anda goɗɗum fuu tina gaynaka minon kam min kam e ko jiimi boɗaɗo kam wala kuugal goɗngal wujjata yiɗa laamu yiɗa goɗɗum dura na'i muɗum tan gada ko ummi bo durgol min anda kuugal goɗngal de waɗani ladde ko ina nana belɗum amma to waɗi ladde ra leɗɗe ra ladde yowa boɗaɗo nani ra jeene boɗaɗo nani belɗum to ɗo rumatake ma min dille min mbaɗa fombina to ndiyam rumata na min jooɗoto.
Over the past few weeks, Gorjo's migrations have brought him and his group south from Niger into northern Nigeria in search of grass. There are around 100,000 Wodaabe in all, wandering across the Sahel region between West African states with their herds. Today, the nomadic life is under pressure. Governments urge nomads to settle and give up following their herds. For Gorjo, the vital thing remains that his people are Wodaabe.
Nagge gaynaka pulaku hirde ɗum mbi boɗangansi kanjum lattinta tagu boɗangansi waɗa pulaku waɗa gaynaka naka ma are haaɓe waɗa pulaku waɗa boɗangansi ko yii fuu mi wi'ata sey woora amma naka ma haaɓe yii goɗɗum ha wi'a ɗum mi ɗum ni na boɗangansi boɗangansi ta yii ɗum ma ngora ɗum ɗo fa abada boɗangansi noon.
This is how every day begins, soon after first light. It's important to do as much as possible before the day heats up and work becomes intolerable in temperatures of more than 120 degrees. Wodaabe camps are always like this, just a scatter of essentials on the open bush. Nearby, Gorjo's brother-in-law has his camp. The two families, 27 people in all, live and move together. Gorjo's wife, Hudde, has had 11 children, 8 of whom have survived. It's April now, a hungry time, with little beyond an unvarying diet of millet porridge. Since the drought devastated Gorjo's herd, he has borrowed 3/4 of his cows from his relatives to survive. Pasture is scarce at this time of year, and the cows give only enough milk to feed the babies. All but the tiniest of Hudde's children have a vital part in the survival of the family. The eldest son, Ali, is 12, and he shares responsibility for taking the cattle to graze and water. His nickname is Ali Mbalil, Ali the sheep, and he also has to look after the family's dwindling flock. Denke is 16 and Gorjo's eldest daughter. Although she's already pregnant, her working day is as demanding as ever. Before 8 a.m., she loads the donkeys for the long trek to the borehole to fetch the water which must supply all the family's needs for one more day. Gorjo's younger brother, Wagaye, returned recently after failing to persuade his wife to come back to him. For Gorjo, his brother's help with the cattle is valuable. Wagaye's own cows have all died. But Wagaye has borrowed cattle to add to Gorjo's drastically reduced herd.
nden ila min gonno gayi mawɗi ko duuɓi 15 ɗi fuu seeɗu wardi seeɗu wari ɗi fuu maaji seeɗu wari gayi ɗuuɗi ngoodi amma joni seɗɗa seɗɗa pamarel tan woodi.
Since the late 60s, a series of droughts have reduced Gorjo's herds to just 4 cows and 2 bulls of his own.
ila kaba sefe 2 ɗuuɗɗe mbaɗi nayi keme 3 gandaw ila ganda wara fu wati ganda wari seeɗo arana wari nayi ganda wari nayi to nden forgo nden duuna e forgo fu tu wari nayi
mi huli seeɗo orey seeɗo aboɗa wari jawdi wari nayi ɗuuɗ
Wagaye brings the family herd to the waterhole. The terrible droughts of recent years have made these wells more crucial than ever. Now, at the height of the dry season, the borehole is the essential core of survival for a nomadic people. The borehole is the social hub of Wodaabe life. It's here that they meet relatives and friends and make contact with people from other tribes and other countries. The borehole here at Bundur was dug in recent years by European engineers. It has brought a plentiful supply of vital water to people like the Wodaabe. "20 miles away to the north is an older, more hard-won source of water. Until recent years, all the Wodaabe waterholes were like this, demanding back-breaking effort to haul up the traditional leather water bags. Wodaabe migrations must follow the orbits of the old wells and the modern boreholes. Although recent droughts have been especially severe, drought has always been a fact of Wodaabe life. They reject Western theories about the loss of trees as an explanation for the terrible droughts of the past 20 years. The Wodaabe insist the reason is more profound.
naga pe'ol fu gam duuña tan woni halluɓe kanjum hatta ndiyam toɓa jawmirawo allah yi'a ko duuña waɗɗa kanjum hatta ndiyam toɓa leydi nasara en wala ko wanni kowa e hallede fuu wala na mi yiɗa goɗɗo fuu wala kowa waɗi kuugal muɗum tan kowa waɗi ko huusi e yeeso muɗum tan ko huwata tan wala hallede kowa yo huwey tan ka kanjum allah wi'i ɓe e duuña moƴƴuɓe jiɗi tagu fuu kanjum ndiyam toɓanta e maɓɓe
Gorjo's wife Hudde fills a rare free moment decorating a calabash. Her collection of bowls passed down from generation to generation is a woman's most important possession and source of prestige.
Debbo una gawri yo afandu defa ñiiri gorko hoɗanayi mum rego pompom ɗi jara ngabba warta jooɗo e adduwahi ɗum woni kuugal gorko feere filama jahale filama makka ure
wala kuugal fuu sa yarna nagge tan amma debbo woodi kuugal una gawri defa ñiiri yarna ɓikkon ɗuuɗkon woodi wahala
wahala
wahala woodi
debbo boɗaɗo woodi wahala
amma hudde wodaaɓe yiɗi ɓikkon ɗuuɗkon
yiɗi ɗuuɗkon
gadumme
noon donu noon fini tawi amma nasara ɓikkon gada ɗiɗo na tato
ɗiɗi ko tati yiɗa ɓikkon ɗuuɗ
goɗɗume
debbo boɗaɗo yiɗi ɓikkon ɗuuɗkon
yiɗi mana ɓikkon ga kuugal ɓikkon kuwa ndiyam gadda leɗɗe gadda so'oya bamɗi so'oya baali to ndura an mawɗo a jooɗi baaba e jooɗi inna e jooɗi nini tan yiɗi gaddu tan yiɗi
For Wodaabe women, daily life is a network of elaborate and restrictive taboos. Most sensitive of all are the taboos involving women and cattle.
yayrijo waɗi mboɗa yatta duɗa yatta yeeso wuro yayrijo waɗi mboɗa yatta wuro yatta nder nayi mboɗa nayi noon kanjum tan woni mboɗa nayi
nagge yiɗa gaasa debbo
yiɗa gaasa yiɗa endu waate yiɗa gaasa debbo noon tan min tawi noon min tawi yiɗa gaasa yiɗa mboɗa kanjum woni mboɗa.
Wodaabe taboos reach into the heart of family life. Parents never address their eldest children by name, and husbands and wives never use each other's names. What you love, you respect, the Wodaabe say, and so you do not say you love it. As Gorjo and Hudi's eldest child, Denke will always be a focus of powerful taboos.
Pulaku ɓingel na ta inno Yaka mugginata ta bolbane Yaka sai ndara yitereta o kanjum woni pulaku afama Yakam na
Hude's youngest child, who's soon to be named, will be free of the taboo. Hude remains scornful of Europeans who use their eldest children's names.
Andan bi Yaka bavo
amma inde denke an wara
A new baby has been born in a nearby camp, and despite the hardship of the dry season, a celebration is in order. Now that her first child is born, the mother will live with her parents for 2 years without seeing her husband. Only then will she rejoin her husband to confirm her status as a married woman. All Wodaabe are betrothed in childhood, but people are free to make additional marriages of their own choice. Couples can leave their arranged partners to make a new life with a lover. The birth of a first child is an expensive time for a proud grandmother.
Mi soodi biski, mi soodi garago, mi soodi li'o, mi soodi tumatu, mi soodi albasa, mi soodi dabinoje, mi soodi sukur.
Only the women come close to the new baby. Taboo dictates Gorjo and the other men must be entertained at a proper distance. Gorgio's family group are to have their own celebration soon. 2 babies will have their names confirmed at a feast, which will bring guests from miles around. But first, there are some important arrangements to be made. Idi is the son of Gorgio's sister Kiri and her husband Bulama. This morning, Idi's family are on the move from their nearby camp. It's important that the 2 camps are in traditional alignment for the naming feast, so Bulama's family must move north. Bulama's first task is to untie the calf rope, which has powerful taboo significance, dividing the camp into male and female halves. This will only be a short move, but as usual, the men will play little part, and most of the work falls on Kiri and her daughters. As they dismantle the camp, Kiri's sons and their friends take their mats to rest under a shade tree. Bulama goes ahead with the cattle.
Sadi wa oi. Sadi. Dane. Dane. Go film. Nin man. Dara. Dilla. Dawa abi ana ya be bada nammi legga. Mi dawa be cenya. To be dilli. Anda. Ko atawa be dewa. Gam Allah. Be bada nam ko ya jama anani. Lekko fa keme di. Keme di du. Jagara.
The whole business has taken Kiri just over an hour. She'll expect to do it all over again every 3 or 4 days, sometimes moving many miles.
Faira der janen jel don den don le namare den don are sawgali do bili jahe
hangil kokol
on ay bo hande wadna en to ay tete tam sakangal karal maga gawal.
After only half an hour or so, Kiri's family have reached their new home. During the migration, Bulama's daughter Monera has fallen from a donkey and hurt herself.
hande manera aboni hande. Inde Allah yita. Tine tefano India. Hanen nyalwi.
For the women, there's a camp to be built. By the time Kiri's sons return from watering the cattle, she has established the new camp. For Gorjo and Hude, the prospect of a visit to the market isn't something they look forward to.
minon kanjum min bowi to min jeehi siire min jooɗake balɗe go'o ɗiɗi tati a siire kotema ladde a yiyay koode a yiyay ladde wela amma to ladde wala ko wannoma to a yiɗi ɗo a waaloto to a yiɗi to nder siire wala baalotoɗo wuyɓe ɗon komi ɗon amma ɗo tagaɗo waaloto.
But for the nomadic Wodaabe who grow no crops, regular visits to market towns have always been essential. Today, Gorjo must sell a sheep here in Cross in order to buy the millet which will feed his family for another week. During the negotiations, he'll have to use 3 of the 6 languages he speaks.
Gaskiya ne albarka
shi zan ci baka sassani
ina sayar maka
da guje wani biyo ka da gudu daga
dilin ne na ce ina sayar maka sai da masa zan yi tunda
ya ka sayar masa tunda shi wani abu zai gaji
sai da masa zan yi saboda Allah
ya ai yanzu baka ne
ne zai maka saya kawai sai da ni wannan
ba saya ba ba saya ba
ni ma tun kenan jinta nike ji saboda Allah ba dole ba
jinta kake
ba kana
gani wannan ba dole bane mutum kan komi ne zai dauka ai dole zai dauka ji.
Gorjo reckons he can improve on the butcher's first offer of 85 naira, but the butcher pursues him with a new proposal.
albarka na ce maka albarka
naira 100 da naira 5 in ka sai da naira 5 sai in baka sai ba kuma to kowa ga ga kari ko ka tafi da albarka
to kawo kudi na sayar maka
to an sha
kar fa ka je ho mana bam
With the £13 he's got for the sheep, Gorjo can afford a sack of millet and a few extras to make sauce. His father remembers a harder time.
hana gamba en fu nder ci'e na raɓɓe kewi nder ci'ire
nden min anda siire
babaji amin babaji amin ma kullum gaynaka andi nder ladde gaynaka tan yiɗi e ɓernde laato boɗaɗo a waɗi demal kam joɗake na laata to kaɗona ta dañi ɓikkon kon naate saare kon majji boɗaɗo wala sukaɓe tokka haaɓe haddi on tokka haaɓe ta joɗodi e haaɓe waɗi suudu hanjum mi yiɗa.
The Wodaabe are especially aware of pressure to abandon their nomadic life through official efforts to persuade them to put their children into school. The prospect of schooling for his son Ali doesn't impress Gorjo.
kullum waɗaɓe ñaare dilla ngara Nigéria ɗo jooɗo
na adamina na adami wannaka lokko boɗaɗo huley lokko boɗaɗo yi'i lokkol ma ñaari huley fa e diwna e yaha nde leɗɗe e waalo boɗaɗo huley lokko
kuwata kongal amma waɗi lokkol heɓayi kuugal mawɗo noon ɓe kibini toye boɗɗum wala sey jooɗi nder siire tan heɓayi kuugal gomnati heɓayi durgol toye sey durgol tan jiɗa lokkol jiɗa komi sey dura nayi tan jiɗa iko jiɗa komi sey dura lattol dura nayi ɓe mbaɗa kayaku ɓe ɗuuɗa nayi ɗuuɗa sefe
There's a special reason for Gorjo's sister to do his hair now. In a couple of days, his youngest child and Bulamas will have their names confirmed at a feast. It'll be an occasion when the Wodaabe can indulge their obsession with the way they look. The Wodaabe insist their beauty distinguishes them from the settled people.
Gasari ay imete nakama ila gasari
boɗa gansi boɗa gansi tufo non tufo waɗa yamde waɗa toggore waɗa wudere ɓalere to boɗa gansi ɗum no yeeso ɗum woni boɗa gansi
boɗɗum debbo yiɗi boɗɗum surbajo debbo surbajo yiɗi boɗɗum yiɗi kuugal boɗngal ñoota guddel boɗɗum ñoota toggoyel boɗɗum
It's the men who really express the Wodaabe passion for personal beauty and adornment. On the afternoon before the feast, guests are already beginning to arrive.
daki joni jaɓɓaɓe no gare
Gorgio's cousins, Dodjeri and Mbohari, are his special favourites. Their arrival is the occasion for elaborate greetings. On such occasions, the greetings may go on for a quarter of an hour.
Ada kejina bokina. Hande ay bajara hande.
Ya hande wali arano ni fa.
To.
Okiyamgi. Yo ni hala do resani je bakpa.
Jammu fa fiyata wali ara.
Kadi andi kanjum duniya warata. Kanjum kadi jango humtodi kadi mi han on e bulama kadi kanjum bi ande ben da ngara
It's the day of the naming feast. Hude and the women of Gorgio's camp have been working since dawn to prepare food for more than 100 guests.
Mama na di basi boye. Ngo jungo non wardata e vedita duma e go tokkari. Ajo. Orde non dada. Ware tan orde non.
Bulama brings food from his camp as a contribution to the guests' breakfast.
Gorgio no kultor fa esi ko no baydo hirna en jabbale dune do hirna bilto galle wodi ko sadi wala ardo baaki baydo laki pusturol anani jawmira wodi ko sadi alhamdulillah bo on gerdake on gerdake sagomu.
Before 8 a.m., Gorgio's cousins have sacrificed a lamb and begun the roasting. By the middle of the morning, most guests have arrived. Many have come from camps miles away. The guests settle under shade trees to shelter from the heat of the day, men and women separately. The feasting will go on until after dark, but meanwhile the day is about meeting relatives and celebrating the fact of being together. Hudde sprinkles perfume over her guests. For the young men, there are quieter pleasures. The feast day gives the older men a chance to exchange gossip and stories.
Obi non no ko el ma aje furri si biru ma aje obi de hiiri senge wa to na o wadi ni orara wi'a non o dai.
The day passes without obvious ceremony. It's the presence of the guests which confirms the naming of Hudde's youngest baby, Makau. The gathering gives the young men a rare opportunity in this dry season for celebration and for looking their best at the dance. The most important stage in the preparations for the dance is making up. Wodaabe ideas of beauty urge men to lighten the skin, lengthen the face, and emphasize the whiteness of eyes and teeth. It's only when the men's makeup is almost complete that the young women put in an appearance. Dancing is essentially a young man's business, and the dance dramatizes the division between the sexes. At the same time, the real purpose of this evening's Rume dance, as with all Wodaabe dances, is that the men compete for the attentions of the young women. It's only when it's almost dark that the girls will begin their tentative approach to the circle to make their choice of the most handsome man. For some couples, the encounter will continue in the darkened bush. Noon the next day. After a short rest, the male beauty parade of the Rume dance is in full swing again. On their last evening of celebration, the young men do the ancient Yake dance. The Yake is a magical dance, and the dancers seek to make contact with special powers which will make them irresistible to women. The Wodaabe women may look like shy spectators, but they're the real object of the dance and of the men's obsession with their appearance. After the days of celebration, it's time to move on. Gorgio's cattle have eaten all the grass around his camp, and he must look for new pasture with his brother Wagaye.
Wuro heedora kinɗa ɗenɗa to wuro heedi ɗenɗa na deyde kibora ayi ɗe mbaɗe ɗowdi jeene ɗum woodi ko nemaɗare ɗenɗa e ambo ɗe ɗo to wuro heedo ɗenni ay bo gorjom kanjum bo kulduña mbaɗa o yohoru.
The nomadic life Gorgio and the Wodaabe cherish is under increasing threat. There are growing pressures on them to settle as farmers and to sell their cattle. Drought and hardship will always be part of their life. But the Wodaabe insist they will remain the people of the taboo, continuing to dance and to follow their herds.
Min jiɗi waynaɓe mbi'en durena e muɗum jeene ngala e Niger ɗille jehe Tchad jehe Cameroun jehe Nigeria jeene mbaɗi Niger mbitta kamma amma na soore ta a soori to sodata nagge a soori nagge naira dubu aɗon a ñaama a itti naira 5 naira 10 naira 20 toy ndiyam waɗi ruumi ndiyam ruumi waɗi toy nayi a soori nayi ma fu a ñaamdi toy keɓata nayi a sodata nayi a sodata baali seede fu a ñaamdi a yehi a mi soode kooka mi yara Hey,